1936, a new name graces the motor industry and this car. The name's picked by one William Lyons from a list of wild animals. He could have called the cars after himself, but modestly, he didn't call them lions. He called them Jaguars. The Jaguar SS100 is the desirable first of what the dictionary itself defined as a make of powerful motor cars. Yet it cost only £395. Sporting Bentley drivers and their like gasped. Their cars cost 4 times as much. Unfortunately today, if you could find an original SS100, it would set you back £130,000. Slightly steep, you might agree, but there is an alternative, made in Bury St Edmunds. This is the Suffolk SS100, a detail-perfect replica with mechanical components from a much later model, the 70s Jaguar XJ Saloon. Jag standards and Jag prices. It's £40,000 factory built and still £25,000 in kit form. But the steel, aluminium and GRP replica comes out looking exactly like the real thing. It certainly feels right inside. The instrumentation, steering wheel and even the seat frames are made to an exact original design. Almost makes me want to grow a handlebar moustache. Very Leslie Phillips. Ding dong, I say. The SS100 was the racing model of its day. The advert said, primarily for competition work, though sufficiently tractable as a fast tourer. The original was actually a bit slow by today's standards, 95 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in 13 seconds. With a modern engine and gearbox and modern running gear, this 1930s looking car has no problem holding its own on today's roads. When I say modern, it's only comparative. The 4.2-litre engine, 4-speed box and independent suspension now dates back 30 years. Classic in its own right. This really is a most enjoyable car to drive. It drives very much like a modern car, but with all the essence of a 1930s sports car. The modern feeling suspension avoids too much kickback in the steering, but there's still plenty of driving to be done. William Lyons created a design masterpiece with the SS100. That shape, carried in the replica sports car, inspired Roger Williams to buy the company that now makes it.
It's got female beauty to it in certain parts of the line, and it's got masculinity in other parts of the line. So William Lyons got it right because he spent a great deal of time detailing the car, and apparently used to have the car outside his window at his home, Wattenbury Hall, and had his gardener turn the car around so that he could see the car being designed and being built, and comment and change anything that didn't quite appeal to his eye. And the essence of the motor car is that visually it is an exact copy of the original 1936-1937 car.
The nostalgic appeal of the replica is captivating, even at a price which would buy an owner 2 genuine E-types.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't even want one.
Perhaps we could tempt them with a nice second-hand XK8.
I wouldn't want a second-hand XK8, I'd still rather have this car.
What else then? A new Morgan Plus 8 and a pocket full of change.
Well, only a very small pocket.
And I'd rather have this than a V8 Morgan.
Sometimes if I've left it parked for a while, I can't get anywhere near it. It generates an enormous amount of interest from sort of the youngest to the oldest.
The Suffolk does a good job, and it's great to see the classic SS lines alongside the latest Jaguar sports car, the XK8.
The word is about, there's something evolving, but to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
You'll need nearer £60,000 to afford one of these, and in return, today's sporting Jag driver gets twice the horsepower of the first SS100, twice the acceleration and 65 miles an hour more. It uses less fuel and pumps out less pollution. How ironic that now cars perform so much better, the roads are usually too crowded to really enjoy them. Well, that's what this 30s replica is all about. A fantasy of open, empty lanes and summer evenings. With disc brakes and smooth suspension, you can even live out the fantasy in comfort. On performance, the Suffolk SS100 would leave its ancestral Jaguar in the dust, and the XK8 Jaguar would eat them both for breakfast. But there's one small detail they all have in common. No leaping Jaguar on the bonnet. absent on the XK8 for safety reasons, and back in 1936 only fitted to the SS100 as an optional extra, at 2 guineas a time.